The first time I ever held a hoe, I was 6 years old, standing between my grandfather's knees in the south field. The handle was taller than me, but he wrapped my fingers around it and said, "Ruthie, this land doesn't belong to us. We belong to it. Treat it right, and it'll feed you forever." I believed him. I still do. That's why when my only child, Anna, died in a car wreck at 24, 8 months pregnant, I didn't hesitate. The doctors handed me a red-faced, squalling miracle named Lily, and I promised the fluorescent NICU lights the same thing I'd promised Anna at her wedding. "I will give you everything." I was 35 then. My husband Tom had been dead 3 years, crushed when his combine rolled in the North 40. All I had left was 40 acres of corn, a mortgage that gnawed like a rat, and a 2-story farmhouse built by that same grandfather in 1892. I sold the tractor the week Lily came home, kept the land, and learned to drive the old Ford pickup with her car seat wedged between seed bags and fertilizer receipts. By the time Lily said her first word, "cow," I'd already sold 5 acres to pay the hospital. By her 5th birthday, another 3 for preschool. I kept a spiral notebook in the kitchen junk drawer. Land sold for Lily. Every entry was a knife cut, but the blade was love. Lily was brilliant the way drought cracks are brilliant. Sharp, inevitable. She tested into the gifted program at 11, won the state science fair at 14 with a project on soil microbiomes that got her picture in the Capital Times. I drove her to Madison for college interviews, sleeping in the pickup to save motel money, eating peanut butter sandwiches while she toured labs in a blazer I'd ironed twice. The Stanford acceptance letter arrived on a Tuesday in March 2004. Tuition, $32,000 a year. Room and board, $12,000. Books, lab fees, plane tickets home for Thanksgiving, another $8,000. I was 60 then, knuckles swollen with arthritis, Social Security checks that barely covered property taxes and the electric bill for the barn lights. I sold the back 20 to a developer for $180,000. The closing attorney asked if I wanted the deed in my name or Lily's. "Mine," I said. "It's a loan, not a gift." Lily hugged me so hard my ribs creaked. "Gran, I'll pay you back with interest and a research lab named after you." I believed her the way you believe thunder means rain. 4 years blurred into commencement photos. Lily in a black cap, tossing it skyward while I clapped until my palms bled. Total cost, $176,000. I wrote it in the notebook in blue ink, then closed the cover like sealing a coffin. Lily graduated summa cum laude, landed a job at a biotech firm in San Francisco paying 6 figures before she was 23. She met Ethan, Stanford Law, smile like a billboard, at a conference in Palo Alto. They married in our barn in 2014. Fairy lights strung through the rafters. 150 guests drinking champagne I couldn't pronounce. I deeded them the 10 acres bordering Willow Creek. "For your future kids," I said. Ethan kissed my cheek. "Ruth, your family now." I added a line to the notebook. Asterisk 10 acres, wedding gift. Balance owed. $170,000. Asterisk the calls slowed after the honeymoon, then stopped. I'd text photos of the first snow. She'd reply with heart emojis. I told myself city life was busy. At 78, the arthritis moved into my hips like a rude tenant. Harvest came early in 2022. I asked Lily to help with the combine. She sent a Venmo request instead. $3,400, emergency root canal. I paid. The notebook grew a new page. Medical favors. Then silence. Months without a call. A knock at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday in April 2023. A woman in a county polo shirt stood on the porch, clipboard in hand. "Routine wellness check, ma'am. Your granddaughter's concerned." Concerned. The word tasted like rust. Inside, she noted the wood stove, the unpaid electric bill on the fridge, the way I repeated myself when nervous. "Mrs. Kowalski, have you considered assisted living?" I showed her the door. That night, I found the court papers in the mailbox. Petition for guardianship. Lily Marie Kowalski versus Ruth Kowalski, grounds. Cognitive decline, financial mismanagement, isolation, attached. A doctor's letter I'd never seen, diagnosing moderate dementia. The signature was from a clinic in Madison I'd never visited. I didn't sleep for 3 days. On the 4th I called Tom Jr., my neighbor, ex-Marine 75, still bench-pressed Buicks for fun. "Ruth, you need a lawyer who eats sharks for breakfast." He drove me to Madison. Attorney Sarah Park listened for 90 minutes, took the spiral notebook like it was the Dead Sea Scrolls. "Mrs. Kowalski, this is elder abuse wrapped in a Stanford bow. We're countersuing. We built a war chest. 30 years of bank statements. Every tuition wire labeled Lily Education. Lily's old letters. Asterisk Gran, you're my hero asterisk. Soil reports I still read nightly. Proof my mind was sharp enough to balance pH with baking soda and vinegar. Tom's sworn affidavit. Ruth harvests 40 acres alone, quotes Neruda, beats me at cribbage. I woke to the crunch of gravel at 2 a.m. in August. Flashlight beams danced across the kitchen. I grabbed Tom's old 12-gauge. Dialed 911 from the landline. Sheriff found Ethan's footprint in the mud. Italian leather, size 11. They'd taken nothing, but the safe was jimmied. Inside. The notebook, Lily's childhood art. My will leaving everything to the County Historical Society. Tom installed trail cameras. We waited. Dane County Courthouse, October 17, 2023. The air smelled of bleach and desperation. Lily wore a navy suit. Hair in a bun sharp enough to slice bread. Ethan stood behind her like a bodyguard. Their lawyer opened with tears. Lily only wants to protect the grandmother who gave her everything. My turn. I walked to the stand without a cane. Your Honor, I gave Lily a future. She's trying to bury me in it. Sarah projected the notebook on the screen. Page after page of sacrifices. Then Lily's Venmo requests. Then the forged dementia report. Doctor paid $2,000 cash, per bank records. Lily crumbled on cross. Sarah asterisk. When did you last visit without asking for money? Lily asterisk. We were busy. Sarah asterisk. Define busy. IVF. Vacations. The $12,000 kitchen remodel. Judge Elena Ramirez leaned forward. Ms. Kowalski, your petition is denied. Mrs. Kowalski's countersuit for financial exploitation and emotional distress is granted. Damages. $150,000. The farm remains in her name. Ms. Kowalski and Mr. Ethan are barred from the property. Lily screamed. Ethan tried to grab the notebook. Court officers tackled him. I just sat there, 79 years old, tasting justice like the first sweet corn of summer. I sold the biotech 10 acres back to the developer. $300,000 cash. Paid off the mortgage, installed solar panels, hired Miguel, a young farmer fresh from UW-Madison. We split profits 50-50. The corn grew taller than my grief. Lily's letters came weekly from San Francisco. Asterisk Gran, I'm sorry. Ethan made me. Can we talk? Asterisk sent one reply. Talk to my lawyer. The Historical Society got a new wing. Asterisk the Ruth Kowalski Agricultural Education Center. Asterisk high school kids rotate through, learning soil science on the same land I sold piece by piece for Lily's dreams. Tonight, November 11th, 2025. The farmhouse smells of cinnamon and wood smoke. Tom Jr. is in the kitchen, arguing with Miguel over whose chili is hotter. The women from the senior center are coming for book club. We're reading The Grapes of Wrath because irony is free. I open the spiral notebook one last time. The final entry in red ink. Asterisk balance earned, my life, my land, my rules. Asterisk I close it, slide it into the drawer next to Anna's wedding photo. Outside, the corn stubble glitters with frost under a November moon. I sleep under the same roof my grandfather built in 1892. Dreaming of furrows that never run dry.